like I'm on Fear Factor. Holy shit, I can't say.
Spit out bloody glass and like run to the bathroom in front of her, and I think everyone was like, did she just eat glass?
Throw yourself on the ground, Kelly. That's all you need to do. Just be like, oops, throw yourself over, and then you'll never have to wear heels again.
Yeah. Well, and at some point I just learned no. Congrats on your baby boy. So when is he due?
We got a little boy due in March.
Wow.
That's right, little boy due in March.
A little Aries. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I never asked this before. Have you named your baby yet? Have you picked a name out for your son?
We've narrowed it down. I think we're close. I'll tell you, and I'll give you a hint. It ain't Leslie Odom Jr. It ain't Leslie Odom.
That's so interesting because I had this idea and I don't really think I've heard it before. Leslie Odom Jr. I had this made. It's so interesting because I thought, you know what? I think you are a trailblazer, my friend, and why not be the first to do Junior's Junior?
Leslie
Why
Odom
not?
Jr.'s Junior.
Why not? Your co-star, Mandy Moore, so she's about to have her first baby. Have you given her any parenting advice?
You know, I haven't yet, but it's unbelievable. This woman is like, she's radiant. She doesn't, you would never know she was pregnant. I mean, she's like, she looks like she could run a marathon. She's in such a, but I would tell her, if I did have to tell her something, I would say, get your sleep now.
Yeah,
Lovely woman, because when the babies come, you're not gonna sleep much. And if you do sleep, it won't be the same quality of sleep. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, oh my, I literally, like on Christmas vacation, my son, I woke up in the middle of the night and he's 4 and I woke up and I was like, and I couldn't breathe and I was like, what's happening? And they were having a sleepover, my 2 little kids, and he was sleeping on my body. I was like, I mean, I already can't turn. I don't turn if we have sleepovers because I have to keep my wide stance so they don't take over my spot. He was full on top of me and I was like, bro, get up. I was like, I can't breathe.
No, they don't care.
It is the worst sleep. I feel like we're similar. When we toured together, I feel like you don't really get embarrassed much, right? You're just kind of full on like, well.
I honestly think I learned that from you because normally I do get easily embarrassed, but it was my beginning of quarantine spiral. I think I was just kind of like, I need to laugh. I need other people to laugh. So I'm just gonna do a couple chip dips.
I loved it. But there was a moment that you were embarrassed recently, right?
I embarrass myself a lot, but I went to the CMAs. They had them in person and were able to really do it safely and get everyone tested and be in the same room together. And afterwards, I don't know Miranda Lambert very well. She's like someone that I randomly have not crossed paths with in the country community yet. And so I still get really nervous around her because I'm like, I just want to be your friend. And I was talking to her manager, and her manager had those, you know, those really expensive wine glasses that are like paper thin, like you're scared to hold them because you think they're going to shatter in your hands.
Yes. And I have actually shattered a couple, but yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, yep. So I did that too. I was talking to her manager. Miranda's here. Her manager's here. I'm here, me. And I'm drinking it, and it shatters. It hit my tooth, and it shattered in my mouth.
Oh my gosh.
In my mouth. Cut my lip. And I had to like spit out bloody glass and like run to the bathroom in front of her. And I think everyone was like, did she just eat glass? Like, is that a thing that she does? Because I don't really know anyone in the room. And so then I had to go to the bathroom, make my lip stop bleeding. And then I was like, well, I can't leave now because I need people to not think that I'm weird because I care way too much about what people think of me. And so then I had to go back into the party and like hold my lip so it stopped bleeding and like try to act casual around Miranda Lambert. Anyway, we still don't know each other.
She said, I love it. She said, you know, we still don't know each other. Oh, she knows you. You know, you just got to I was the girl that ate glass in front of you. Oh, yes, of course. Yes.
How do you come back from that? You don't. You just
you left a mark, and I like it. It was memorable. So true or false, I heard that you stabbed one of your co-stars, so that's weird.
Unfortunately, that is true. So it was my first day on set, and it's quite terrifying getting a big Shondaland Netflix job. You think, I just don't want to screw this up. So they said to me, "You're very tiny. Let's put you in heels." And I thought, yeah, I'll do anything you want me to do. Yes. It became evident pretty quickly that with the corset and the heels, my balance was not so amazing. So I was walking along and I fell 3 times. And the 3rd time I was holding a parasol, which in the wrong hands is a deadly weapon. And I fell forward and stabbed Claudia Jessie, who plays Eloise Bridgerton, in the hand, and she just started bleeding.
Oh my God.
But she's still my friend. She's still my friend. But yeah, unfortunately, there was a stabbing on the first day, and I was guilty. It was not good.
I mean, my thing is, if I'm wearing those long dresses, that's the first. Anytime I'm on a stage and it's a long dress, I look at my stylist and go, I want the easiest shoes in the world, because they can't even see your feet.
Yeah.
So I don't even know why.
Just throw yourself on the ground, Kelly. That's all you need to do. Just be like, oops, throw yourself over, and then you'll never have to wear heels again.
Yeah. Well, at some point, I just learned no. Well, what are you cooking these days? Do you like anything that you've been cooking lately?
I've been trying to play around with different pastas because I don't usually make a lot of pastas, but I have just been, when I'm lazy, I just eat anchovy toast, and it has become my favorite snack. And I put it with like rye bread and butter and just a couple anchovies with lemon zest, and it feels like the best treat in the world because the salt and the butter and the bread, and I promise you, it's so good. Yeah.
I heard that you had someone make some for me, and generally I'm very excited when people make food and give it to me and I get to eat it on this show. I'm gonna be honest with you, this shows how much I like you because I hate anchovies, and I'm about to do this, Justin. And I'm friggin' doing it, and that's just because I think you're cool, and I secretly kind of hate you because I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna do it.
How many anchovies do you have on there? I just want to.
I can't, and one looks hairy. I don't know what's happening.
Good luck.
Oh man, I'm gonna pick from the middle one. I feel like I'm on Fear Factor. Holy crap, I can't say. Okay. Okay. That was good.
Really?
That was surprisingly good. I am not kidding. I am sweating. I didn't want to do that like so hardcore. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? But it was actually really good, so I can see why you did that. I like all the flavors. It's actually a nice pairing, nicely done. With wine, it would have been better, whatever. But I heard that you actually collect toys as well, which I think is awesome.
I'm glad you feel that way. And you're not here to make fun of me about my toy collection. I was a big Star Wars fan. Like I had all of the toys and still collect things now. I have quite a collection of like prop replicas, and I have an authentic movie poster from Empire Strikes Back that's signed by George Lucas, and it says "May the Force be with you," which is pretty cool. So I have a pretty extensive collection. I'm building an R2-D2, which is I've been building that for about 15 years now. So I'll get there eventually. It's close, Kelly.
No, I think that's amazing. That's not collecting toys. That's collecting awesome things no one will ever have that you can point out every time they enter your house.
Or collecting things that nobody would ever want. It really depends on how you look at it.
But Ted, I hear you're kind of in the doghouse with Mary. Something to do with your hair.
Yeah. Yeah, it started, I'm up here in Canada right now in quarantine because I came up to visit Mary, and so I'm 2 weeks into this quarantine. It went back to the first 6 months of the pandemic when, you didn't get out much and you didn't see anyone, and she offered to give me a haircut, and it was looking in real need. And I finally agreed to let her cut. Yeah, there it is, to cut my hair. And it was really a good job. But it took about an hour and 40 minutes for the haircut. Wow. And she did it for me 3 times. And then towards about a month ago, somebody who's a friend who's actually a professional barber came over to the house, and we were outside socially distancing and all of that. But she offered to give me a haircut, and I leapt up and went, "Oh, please, yes, I would love one." And it really hurt Mary's feelings. I mean, she hasn't let it go. I feel terrible.
She was like, "What do you mean? Why are you leaping up for joy?"
Yeah.
That's a long time to sit for a haircut, is what I'm saying, though. I might be a little Team Ted on this one. That's a long time.
Well, no, each hair was beautifully cut.
She's an artist.
You know,
So I didn't know this, but Prince actually had an early kind of impact on your career, right?
Yeah.
That's the coolest thing
A lot
ever.
of people, I know. Yeah, it seems really random, but Prince has always had a love of other artists and as well as dancers throughout his career. But he came into my life. I was a soloist in American Ballet Theater, and he was just really adamant about me starring in this music video of his. And it was really random and out of the blue, but I ended up touring with him on and off for about 5 years. And, you know, he was such a supporter and so extremely charitable to ballet and to so many different schools and companies that I'm passionate about. And, you know, behind the scenes, he was doing a lot of incredible work, and he'd show up to a lot of my performances and people wouldn't even know he was up there in the balcony watching. Just, he really truly believed in the next generation and nurturing them to be more than artists like himself.
I think too, like, I never got to meet him, but every artist I know that has been impacted by him, like in person, like personally has a relationship or worked with him, I think he just had such a true, like, deep kind of love for music and the arts in general. So I think that was kind of, because whenever I found out that you were in one of his shows, I was like, that doesn't seem weird to me. That seems very Prince. Like, he'd have a prima ballerina in his show. Yep, I'm still here, just waiting for you to subscribe. If you don't, I'll be trapped in this box forever. Ah.